Right, so Nepal, a land of towering peaks, ancient temples and vibrant culture. It's a place that has always called to the adventurer in me. You wouldn't believe the packing list. Hiking boots, check. Merino wool socks, check. The essentials for any trekker, right? But that was just the beginning. Inflatable yak costume. Wait, what? Yeah, I know it sounds ridiculous, but hey, you never know when you might need to lighten the mood on a grueling hike. Turns out that last one was just me getting carried away. Sometimes you just have to embrace the absurdity of it all. But hey, when in Rome, right? Or should I say, when in Kathmandu, the city is a sensory overload with its bustling streets, colourful markets, and the ever-present scent of incense. See, I'd always dreamed of seeing the Himalayas, those majestic mountains piercing the sky like giant, snowy Toblerones. The sheer scale of them is humbling, and Everest, forget about it. That's like the Beyoncé of mountains. Everyone wants a selfie with it. It's the ultimate bucket list item for any adventurer. So there I was, stuffing my backpack with enough gear to climb K2. Even though my idea of roughing it is a hotel room without a mint on the pillow, I was determined to be prepared for anything. My nan, bless her soul, insisted on packing a dozen digestive biscuits and a tin of boiled sweets, for altitude sickness. She swore by them. I tried explaining that they sell snacks in Nepal, but she wouldn't hear it. Better safe than sorry, she declared, shoving a packet of Werther's Originals in my hand. Her way of showing love, I suppose. Armed with enough supplies to survive a zombie apocalypse, I was ready for Nepal, or so I thought. The reality of the journey was something I could never have fully prepared for. The flight into Kathmandu was an adventure in itself. The view of the mountains from the plane window was breathtaking, a preview of the wonders to come. Once on the ground, the city's energy was infectious. The locals, with their warm smiles and welcoming nature, made me feel at home instantly. Exploring the markets, I found myself lost in a maze of colors and sounds. Every corner held a new surprise, from handcrafted trinkets to aromatic spices. And then there were the prayer flags, strung across every available space, their vibrant hues fluttering in the wind, carrying prayers and hopes to the heavens. Little did I know the real adventure was just about to begin. Nepal was more than just a destination. It was a journey of the soul, a place where every step brought a new discovery. The flight to Nepal was an experience, let me tell you. Imagine being crammed into a metal tube for hours on end, with barely enough room to stretch your legs. The seats were so close together that you could practically feel the breath of the person behind you on your neck. And to top it all off, there was nothing to entertain you but the dulcet tones of a crying baby. The poor kid must have been as miserable as the rest of us, but that didn't make it any easier to bear. Then, of course, there was the guy next to me who decided that mid-flight was the perfect time to clip his toenails. The sound of those clippers was like nails on a chalkboard, and I couldn't help but cringe every time I heard it. Glamorous it was not. We finally landed in Kathmandu, and stepping off that plane was like stepping into another world. The airport was a flurry of activity, with people from all walks of life bustling about. The air was thick with the scent of incense and spices, a heady mix that was both overwhelming and intoxicating. Street vendors lined the roads, their stalls brimming with colourful goods and aromatic spices. The streets were a cacophony of car horns, bicycle bells, and the chatter of 1,000 conversations. It was a sensory overload, but in the best possible way. Everywhere I looked, there was something new and fascinating to take in. I swear I saw more colours in 5 minutes than I had in my entire life back home. The vibrant hues of the market stalls, the bright clothing of the locals, and the intricate patterns of the traditional fabrics were a feast for the eyes. The taxi ride to our hotel was like something out of a cartoon chase scene. Our driver weaved through the traffic with a skill that was both impressive and terrifying. Cars, motorbikes, and rickshaws weaved through the traffic like a game of real-life Frogger, each vehicle narrowly avoiding collisions by mere inches. It was a chaotic dance that seemed to have its own rhythm and rules. All while cows casually strolled down the middle of the road, chewing their cud like they owned the place. It was a surreal sight, and I couldn't help but laugh at the absurdity of it all. And the horns? Don't even get me started on the horns. It was like every driver had their hand permanently glued to the horn, creating a constant symphony of honks and beeps. It was like a symphony of chaos, and I was the bewildered conductor. Despite the madness, there was a certain charm to it all. Kathmandu was alive, vibrant and full of energy, and I couldn't wait to explore more of this incredible city. And then, there it was, Mount Everest, just casually hanging out in the distance like it's no big deal. I mean, I knew it was going to be big, but seeing it in person, that's a whole other level of holy moly. It was like the earth decided to show off and created the ultimate mountain. We took a scenic flight over the Himalayas, and let me tell you, it was breathtaking. Literally, the air is a bit thin up there, but the view, worth every gasping breath. We're talking snow-capped peaks stretching as far as the eye can see, glaciers that look like giant frozen rivers, and valleys so green they could make a leprechaun jealous. And Everest? It was like the king of the mountains, just chilling there, looking all majestic and stuff. I swear I could hear it whispering, "Yeah, I'm Everest. What are you doing with your life?" Now, let's talk about the food because, well, priorities. Nepal is a culinary paradise that offers a unique blend of flavors and textures, making every meal an adventure. Have you ever had a momo? These delightful dumplings are a staple in Nepalese cuisine and come in various forms, from steamed to fried, each with its own distinct taste. No? Mate, you're missing out. Momos are not just food, they're an experience. Imagine sitting in a bustling street market surrounded by the aroma of freshly cooked momos and the sound of laughter and chatter all around you. Imagine a delicious little dumpling filled with spicy meat or veggies, steamed to perfection and dipped in a tangy sauce that'll make your taste buds sing. Each bite is a burst of flavor that leaves you craving for more. We ate our weight in momos, savoring each variety, from the classic chicken momos to the more adventurous buffalo momos. But the culinary journey didn't stop there. We also indulged in dal bhat, a traditional dish of lentil soup and rice, but like a million times tastier than it sounds. And let's not forget the yak cheese. Yeah, you heard me right. Yak cheese, it's a thing. And it's surprisingly delicious. The rich, creamy texture and unique flavor make it a must-try. Yak cheese. It's a thing, and it's surprisingly delicious, not gonna lie. I was a bit nervous about that one, but hey, when in Nepal, right? And the people so friendly, not gonna lie. I was a bit nervous about that one, but hey, when in Nepal, right? And the people so friendly, they greeted us with namaste and smiles that could light up a room. They greeted us with namaste and smiles that could light up a room. The warmth and hospitality of the Nepalese people made us feel right at home. I even learned a few Nepali phrases like dhanyabad, thank you, which always brought a smile to their faces. And tapai ko nam ke ho? What's your name? These simple phrases helped bridge the gap and created moments of genuine connection. Though I'm pretty sure my pronunciation sounded like a yak trying to sing opera, but the locals appreciated the effort and we shared many laughs over my attempts. Section 5, Temple Run Kathmandu Edition. Kathmandu, the capital city, was a whole other adventure. Imagine a place where ancient temples and bustling markets collide, where monks in saffron robes walk alongside businessmen in suits, and where the scent of incense mingles with the aroma of street food. It was sensory overload in the best possible way. We visited ancient temples, spun prayer wheels for good luck. Okay, I may have gotten a little carried away and spun one like a slot machine, and wandered through markets overflowing with colourful fabrics, intricate jewellery and souvenirs of questionable taste. I even haggled for a singing yak butter churner, don't ask. Section 6, Trekking with Yetis, not really. Of course, no trip to Nepal would be complete without a trek in the Himalayas. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm more of an elevator to the top floor kind of guy. But even I couldn't resist the allure of those majestic mountains. We hiked through lush forests, crossed rickety suspension bridges. I may have closed my eyes and hummed a little tune to myself, and marvelled at waterfalls cascading down the mountainside. Did we see any yetis? Sadly, no. But we did see a mountain goat that looked suspiciously like it was judging my hiking skills. Section 7, Namaste. Cash only. One thing I learned about Nepal, cash is king. Like seriously, they love their cash. Credit cards, not so much. So there I was, trekking through the Himalayas with a wad of rupees thicker than a phone book. I felt like a walking ATM, dispensing cash for everything from snacks to souvenirs. But hey, at least I could finally say I was rolling in dough. Get it? Because momos are made of dough? Okay, I'll stop now. Section 8, souvenir shenanigans and yak attacks, almost. Speaking of souvenirs, I may have gone a little overboard. I bought everything from prayer flags and singing bowls to a yak wool hat that made me look like I was wearing a small animal on my head. And the yak attacks, thankfully not a real thing. Although I did almost get trampled by a herd of yaks once. Let's just say it was a very close shave. And by shave, I mean I ran away like a small child being chased by a particularly grumpy goose. Section 9, Nepal. You had me at Namaste. So, what's the verdict on Nepal? Well, let's just say it was an experience I'll never forget. From the breathtaking scenery to the delicious food and the friendly people, Nepal stole a piece of my heart. Sure, there were moments of chaos, confusion, and the occasional near yak attack. But that's all part of the adventure, right? It's a place that challenges you, surprises you, and ultimately leaves you wanting more. Nepal, you had me at Namaste, and by Namaste I mean momos.